Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an unexplained time traveler video. I'm titling this one The Profiteer. Before I get into this though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including The House Off Farrago Road. It's a fun story about a house in New Orleans where the monsters all hang out. The denizens are just not quite right. The road hides the house. The house is sentient. It's got a Welsh gargoyle, a Russian sea devil, and a skinwalker squirrel. Yeah. My books aren't quite like anybody else's. Hope you get it and I hope you like it. All right. The Profiteer. One of the more prevalent fantasies of most nerds is that of time travel. And one of the most often asked questions is what would you do with it? Of course, one of the most common answers is, quote, I'd invest in Apple or Microsoft or Google, etc., or whatever, whichever company, while it's still cheap. We all know someone who said as much, and hell, you may be someone who actually said that yourself. When you return to your own time, you'd be rich, right? Well, in 2003, I'll get it right in a minute. In 2003, the SEC went after, the Securities and Exchange Commission went after a man named Andrew Carlson, Carlssin. They wanted this guy for insider trading, and they had good reason. He made 126 consecutive huge trades in a 2-week period. He took an $800 stake and turned it into $350 million in 2 weeks with 126 consecutive successful trades. Yeah, the SEC believed that the only way this was possible was if he had some sort of insider knowledge. I can certainly see their point. That would raise flags with just about anybody. Insider trading is illegal. Carlson was arrested and brought in for interrogation. During this 4-hour questioning, he told them that he was a time traveler from the year 2250. In a videotape confession, he explained that his plan was to go slow and make a few bad trades here and there for every 2 or 3 successful ones so as not to draw attention to himself. Unfortunately, he'd gotten excited, he got caught up in making all that money, and he just abandoned his plan. He got carried away. Carlson was apologetic and said he would give all of the money back. He also offered to give the cure for AIDS and the location of Osama bin Laden in exchange for more lenient sentencing. Now, keep in mind this is 2003. We didn't know where Osama bin Laden was at the time, so at least officially. So anyway, he said that all he wanted to do was to get back to his time ship and go home. When they asked about the location of the time ship, he refused to give it out, saying that he didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands. And that, at least he's trying to be somewhat responsible. Of course, after making all that money, I don't know. That's kind of a wishy-washy area there. The SEC was not willing to work out a deal, and Carlson was thrown into a holding cell. Bail was set at $1 million. Carlson claimed to have no relatives, and the SEC had seized his profits, so he was broke. The man had nothing. He sat there in holding for 2 weeks. Finally, a man showed up and posted his bail in cash. Carlson was released until his trial date. Neither Carlson nor the man who'd posted his bail were ever seen again. Now, here's an interesting fact. When investigators tried to find out information about him, they found absolutely nothing. There were no school records, medical records, or any other records of Andrew Carlson before the SEC arrested him for insider trading. And I mean, there was nothing. No military records, no nothing. This story has some credibility to it. The SEC has a record of prosecuting Andrew Carlson. It is an official record. There's a videotape confession to prove that he did in fact exist. That doesn't mean I believe his story 100%. They probably would have done a background check prior to his arrest. which would have told them that Andrew Carlson was some sort of alias. That would have changed the dynamic of the investigation and the questioning. So I'm not sure if I completely 100% believe the story, but the event did in fact occur. So there you go. Time traveler from the future making money on stock trades. The Profiteer. Figured you guys might like that story. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.